welcome to my closet. I feel like ever since I moved about a year ago, everyone's been asking me, where do you keep all your clothes? Can you do a closet tour? Can you show us how you merchandise and put all the pieces together? So I wanted to give you a tour finally, a tour of this awesome closet. I spent countless of hours and days designing it with my crew at Closet Works, and I wanted to give you a tour and show why I chose some of the finishes I did and why I designed some of the things that I did that were very conducive to our lifestyle. My husband does have a teeny little section in here. So without further ado, come on in. So to start off, I was really adamant about having a good long to medium hanging section because I'm a major dress wearer. I think dresses are super simple, although I think there's a styling challenge and an element in layering pieces and getting skirts and tops. For me, sometimes I don't have time, so I have a ton of dresses, and I love pants. I also think for my life, and I think majority of people, it's very important to hang everything. I want to see all the clothes I have, and I have a lot of clothes, and therefore, if I put them in drawers, I really don't know what I have. I have one dresser in my bedroom, and that hosts nothing but like socks and some workout gear, some towels for my hot yoga, and that's about it. And then I have a dresser in here, and that is all for lingerie and bathing suits. And I have separate drawers for bikinis and a separate drawers for one pieces, and then a few swimsuit cover-ups and jewelry, and that's about it. Everything else is hanging in my closet. I'm talking t-shirts, I'm talking tank tops, I'm talking like everything, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and I want to know what I have so that I'm not, compulsively buying pieces I can't find that I might already have. I'm also very good about cleaning out my closet. So I have about, I would say 2 to 4 times a year, luxury garage sale comes to my house and does a clean, and I get rid of things. I donate, I have 3 piles. So I have the donation pile, I have the giveaway gifting pile, I have the pile of something that I call play money, where it's going to go to luxury garage sale. If it's designer, really cool, hard to find pieces, they'll take them and I'll make money off of them. Oh, sorry, one more pile. I have 4 piles. And then the last pile I have is things that are going on Poshmarks. For instance, things that luxury garage sale will not take. So I'll put them on eBay or Poshmark and really just make some quick change. I also love these huggable hangers, and my website, so my company is called Misread Inc. and my website used to be Misread. Misread is definitely my alter ego and the name of my company, so I like the pops of red in everything, so I decided to do the red hangers. I did it in about a couple of months, a couple of years ago, where I changed all my hangers because even though this closet seems ginormous, believe it or not, I'm running out of space. And I had a smaller closet before. I used to take over my daughter's closet and my son's closet. So these hangers really help. If you don't have a lot of space, I highly recommend these. I also use them for my pants. So if you look right here, you can get the little clips, and they attach right here, and then you do the clippy hangers as well. So when I was designing this closet, the other element that was really important to me is this ability to walk in here and feel this like this grandiose feeling of a cool store. So I didn't put doors as you walked in. I wanted it open, and maybe eventually we would put doors in here, but we thought that let's try it out and see how it works. But I love it. I love to feel like getting dressed is super easy. I see everything, everything's out, and it's like the first visual I see when I walk in. And I know to some people it might be crazy, but when I walk into my bedroom suite, I like to see my clothes. Wasn't there an episode of Carrie where I want to see where all my money is standing on my shelves? Well, that's kind of the thing, right? So I also, because it was supposed to look and feel like a store, the closet is completely built-in system. I have all the crown moldings at the top and at the bottom. It's a little bit more pricey. Well, let's be honest, a lot more pricey, but I do think you get the bang for your buck because it feels like a piece of furniture. It's more substantial feeling that way. And the other thing I really paid attention to detailing is the chandeliers that you see above. All the little crystal chandeliers were very semi-inexpensive. I actually got them on overstock.com and I got a great deal, but I do think it made a big difference rather than just regular cans. For a big space like this, it just was calling for it. Okay, so real estate is everything, right? Because my shoe towers and my bags took up so much space, I really wanted everything out. I needed a place to find my belts, and I have a ton of belts. So what I did is I got these gold inexpensive hook units, and I got them at TJ Maxx. I think 2 were for 20 bucks, like 19 bucks, Home Goods or something like that. And I wanted like the pops of gold because on my island there's a lot of gold, and so I hung all my belts that way, and this way I once again know exactly what I have. I see all of my belts, and it's really easy to get dressed in the morning and I'm ready to go. Okay, so up here and down below my long hanging, I have all my duffel bags, and I keep all of the shoe little sleeping bags that you get for your shoes, and then I usually stuff them right in here. So when I'm packing, first of all, I always separate my shoes. I'm like a crazy packer. We'll do a video about that next. But I separate my shoes, and so I like to keep these bags, and I also like to keep like giant plastic bags because that's where I put my clothes and my lingerie. Anyway, this also helps keep the body of your bag like stuffed and in a good shape. This bag is probably almost 13 years old. It's one of the first Nightingales that ever came out by Givenchy, and it still looks in immaculate shape. And I owe it all to stuffing my bags. I love scarves and boas. So this boa actually has a good story. I got it in Paris at a market, and I've never worn it, and I just could not get it. So one day I'll do something with it. Maybe I'll sew it onto a dress or something. But I love scarves, as you can see. Lots of scarves. My middle daughter, has probably double this. She took all of my great-grandmother's scarves as well. I like to keep my scarves in these little hangers with the holes. It prevents them from wrinkling, and you really can see the scarves that you have, especially if you wear them a lot. I wear scarves as wraps, as tops, as headbands, as turbans, whatever. I wear scarves all the time, and actually as scarves as well. So I love to have them. And also, one side tip, always dry clean your scarves, especially silk ones, you guys. They're very expensive, and they're not good to wash because they get destroyed pretty much. So yeah, take care of your scarves. So my favorite part of the closet is definitely the shoe towers. I have had shoe towers. I've switched probably 4 homes, and I've always had shoe towers. This is definitely the most elaborate towers I've ever had. I had LED strips put into the closet to accentuate the shoes and the bags. These are my prized possessions as far as clothing and materialistic things go. I don't spend a lot of money on clothes. As you know, if you follow me and you shop my Like to Know It, you know I am not a big spender on clothes, but I do like nice shoes and nice bags. And not all of them are super expensive, but I like kitschy things. Like this eye bag, I think was like $20 on Shein, but it's one of my favorite conversation pieces I own. This Chanel bag is the Black Flab Classic. This bag I got when Callista was born. Every bag has a story. This bag I got for $4 at a market in Mexico. I'm not even kidding you. It was $4. I think Eugenia Kim actually knocked off the bags from the market in Mexico. How cute is this? And of course, all my shoes, I love to place them neatly. And my trick for placing shoes is one goes forward, other goes back. A, you could see your heel, and B, it takes a lot less space. Believe it or not, as big as this columns, there's 4 columns here, seam, I'm actually out of space. So some clutches that I don't wear as often, or I'm sort of recycling them for later and gonna wear them later, I put flat. But things that are very important to me right now and are current, I merchandise out. So I re-merchandise and rework this wall constantly. I have the black section, the white section, my yellow section, the red, the blues, the peaches and pinks, and the blacks with the silver. This bag is probably my first designer bag, and I want to say it's almost like, it's like 15 or 16 years old. And it's the Dior, and they had this neon collection, and I think only like 250 or 300 were made, and I was on the waiting list forever, and I got one of them. Nothing fits, iPhones barely fit, but it's still like one of my favorite pieces that I keep to give to the girls one day. And you know, the 90s are back, so I'll probably wear it again this year, right? Because I haven't worn this bag in probably 10 years, but I still love it so much. Okay, so let's talk about storing your flats. I love cubbies, and when I say flats, I mean sandals. In the summer, right, you have sandals. Don't use all of your beautiful space for storage for your beautiful heels, I think, to store sandals. Because sandals really, even if you store them, they just don't look as nice laying on a shelf. So I like to put them flat inside to inside so you're not getting them dirty. And I put them into cubbies. And when you have cubbies made, I try to organize them by colors and shades and things like that, so that if I'm looking for a black sandal, a nude sandal, a white sandal, a red sandal, I know which cubby to go into, right? Or the section of the cubbies to go into. And I keep 2 or 3 at a time because these are really good at holding those type of flats. And then the other thing is, I highly recommend, if you see my video before, I'm a big shoe wiper. I cannot stand putting dirty shoes. Like, if you're going to display them and they're not standing in your garage or in your entryway, then, and you're bringing them inside of your home, inside of your closet, wipe them down. You can get baby wipes at a dollar store, a whole pack, and like just literally wipe down the bottom. And if you have some bottoms of expensive shoes where the soles are made out of leather, it's also very important to treat them. So you could get leather wipes or baby wipes or something a little bit more moisturizing and wipe them down. Your shoes will last longer. They will look better. So let's talk about boots. I used to take my boots and fold them in half and stuff them in my shelving. Thankfully, I have a little bit more space now. If you have space in another closet, I highly recommend you using these little hangers for boots. So I put shoe trees in my boots, and then I use these little clippies. I think on Amazon you can get, I want to say 10 or 6 for like $10 or $12. And you just literally hang them up. I obviously don't have enough space for all my boots, so the boots I don't wear as much. I have at the bottom, and I'm actually planning on getting some more shoe trees or boot trees for them so that they're standing up, because there's plenty of room to double them up behind there. But yeah, so the like expensive boots, the over the knee boots, those boots are definitely, I'm hanging. And so I have 2 hanging sections, one over here and one over here, and my blacks are all here, and then this will be my browns and my tans and my blues and my colored boots section. Okay, so it's all about keeping your closet and the element of your closet fun, at least for me, right? So this is our island. It's all mirrored with a little bit of like a gunmetal-ish, goldish color. And so I like to keep some of my accessories out, but I also have a ton of accessories in my drawers. So this little piece I got at Hobby Lobby at Christmas. And I think this is for like the, I don't know, 20 days of Christmas or however many days of Christmas. I should know this and I don't. But whatever. It's like an ornament gift giver thing. But I was like, oh my God, it kind of matches my closet. I had to get it. So I store all my favorite pieces of jewelry here. These are all my costume rings. I collect YSL, Dior, and vintage Chanel pieces. So I have some incredible finds in here, like these Chanel earrings from the 90s that actually were clip-ons, but they hurt my ears so much, so I had my jeweler put on little studs on them. Little trick right there. And it has all my Chanel brooches and a ton of my basically costume beautiful jewelry. I have a little picture of Callista and just like little keepsakes. When I built this closet, I wanted it to feel like a really luxurious, fun space to hang out. This isn't just a dressing area. This is also like a store. You want your girlfriends here. You want to drink champagne. You want to light candles. And believe me, that has happened here. It's a fun place to be. And that's what I really wanted it to be. I wanted every girl to walk in here and want to play dress up.